Content warning. Food. I'm usually not the biggest fan of puzzle platformers. The problem I usually have with them is that they eventually reach a point of complexity that they cease to be fun and instead become laborious. The puzzle space becomes far too large, where most of the time spent is executing potential solutions rather than coming up with them. Fortunately, Marshmallow in Fruitland solves most of these issues, resulting in a puzzle platformer with level design that both guides the player and allows them to try solutions quickly. In Marshmallow in Fruitland, you play as the titular Marshmallow, who sees a big clump of fruit dropping fruit all over the world, and so he journeys throughout this bright and colorful land to collect all of them. That's all the plot you'll get, and serves only as setup for the puzzles you'll be solving. As for the puzzles, you'll be traversing various 2D levels, collecting all the fruit there, and then moving on to the next level to do the same thing. The obstacles to the fruit are locked doors, ladders, invisible blocks, etc. To be able to activate these mechanisms, we must step on buttons or levers, which come in several colors. Getting them to actually work requires Marshmallow to turn into that color by jumping into fruit juice, whether that be one color or combining them to create new colors. Thus, the puzzle in each level is figuring out which order the buttons and levers need to be activated in to get the fruit, and how to become the color needed to activate them. Since differentiating colors are a major part of the game, there is a colorblind mode available that labels all necessary colors. As the player progresses in the game, various complexities are added onto this format to keep it interesting, such as desert levels where the heat makes any change in color temporary, watering cans to grow plants as another form of ladders, showers of various fruit juices, and more. Despite these additions, the game never becomes too difficult, and that is due to how the game is structured. Most levels start the player with only a small section of the entire area, and the player gradually activates mechanisms to access more until it's all available to the player to interact with. Even when the entire level is available, they remain at a manageable size where there's rarely too much to keep track of. One can easily keep all variables in one's mind, think up a potential solution, get to where they need to be swiftly to test that solution, and repeat. It's a gentle difficulty curve that guides the player through a level without making them feel railroaded. This kind of design continues with the rubber ducks, an optional collectible that if one attains them all, unlocks the secret. They are usually placed so that once the player is at the end of a level, the path to getting the rubber duck is only a few steps ahead, if they haven't already gotten it. It's elegant design that keeps the player on their build momentum through a level, while encouraging them to attempt a slightly harder challenge. As for how you move through those levels is your standard moving and single jump. It works, but the jump itself feels a little heavy to the point it was somewhat difficult to gauge when to jump. I get why, since if Marshmallow could jump any higher would allow him to reach areas he shouldn't, but it still led to many accidental jumps into fruit juices I didn't want to land in. Outside of these minor complaints, I was pleasantly surprised by Marshmallow in Fruitland. The cute, colorful graphics and upbeat chiptune music helps set expectations of an experience that invites players for a pleasant time, and the level design follows through on this expectation, making for a fun little puzzle game. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me on Patreon or Ko-fi. Patreon is if you want to support me monthly, and Ko-fi is for one-time support. These videos wouldn't be possible without the generous support of my patrons and Ko-fis. Any amount helps this channel keep going. Anyways, here's my Twitter, my Instagram, my channel link if you want to subscribe, and some other videos I've made. Well, that's all I had to say, so thanks again for watching, and I'll see you around.